Take your recovery to the next level with Pillars Triple Magnesium. I take it before bed and see the results in my data every morning with my HRV. Shop at pillarperformance.shop or thefeed.com and use code ROUGE for 15% off. Surprise lead up from Matteo Jorgensen. Vingegaard may be sending a message. La Vuelta Stage 9. I gotta be honest, I thought this was a really bad stage design because the last 4Ks of this climb are 3% or 2%. The first bit's not that hard. There's no KOM points, though, for anyone to really want to go on the break for KOM. Like for Jay Vine, is it worth it to go on the break? We didn't see break formation. Don't really know what happened. When the break did form, surprisingly small, with Hessman, Kwiatkowski, probably and Vermarker the best three with Ryan there. And it was Trek and Q365 controlling. So Bahrain and Trine got the day off again. So these two teams... Well, clearly Q365 there, hoping for a reduced group sprint on the plateau on top for Pidcock. I get it. Little Trek were going for Ciccone in the end. I wondered if they were going for Pedersen because he actually survived the Port Canto well, and then could he come back on the gradual section? We'll see what they would do afterwards. It was pretty chill in the peloton, though. A few mechanicals. I think Vingegaard had a mechanical earlier. Koos had a flat tyre. But otherwise, the breakaway was just getting mowed down. Trek put more resources in front. They got Gebregs, Gabir, Søren Kragh Andersen, Dan Holer, and Julian Bernard does the lead out into the bottom of the climb. Pedersen, when you see his position here in front of Ciccone, it then becomes clear Pedersen is going to be helping Ciccone. He is not Little Trek's leader for this stage, which probably was the right decision as well when you see what happened in the end. So the breakaway, unfortunately for them, had no chance. Almeida had no chance of any help from Ayuso, though. He drops, whether on purpose or he just couldn't follow the peloton on 1%. He drops before the climb begins. So he did say he would help Almeida if he had to, if he fell out of GC, but not on this stage. So Almeida's got Vine, Soler, and Großschartner to help. The breakaway's caught on the first K of the climb. Poor old Kwiatkowski, who very good finish for him, like he won Grand Colombier. As he's sliding back, you see he's trying to give maybe a gel to Egan Bernal. He's being positioned on this climb. We've got Vingegaard in fourth wheel marking Ciccone. So Little Trek are kind of thin here. Like, what's their plan? And I think the plan was to just pace the 5K 6% section with Verona, reduce the group, keep Baggioli, who's very fast, over the top, and then you'll have two on the plateau and two very fast guys for the plateau. That plan is scuppered here with 11.5Ks to go. On the steep section, Matteo Jorgensen sends it. Vingegaard takes his wheel. Ciccone's then going to slide over. Almeida's in good position, relatively speaking. He's behind Vine. And then Ciccone takes the wheel of Vingegaard. Tyler's going to let that go. Almeida's dropping the wheel of Vine. So he is in position here to react, to sprint to Vingegaard's wheel. But the hard lead out starting, Ciccone had to, he was really sprinting into this gap. And then Tyler opens it up. He is ahead of Almeida. He has to look around and wait for Almeida. And then through this hairpin, Jorgensen's lead out just absolutely explodes the gap. And I think Almeida was pacing himself back to Vine. But then when Jorgensen flicks Vingegaard, by then the gap is already like 7 seconds, 6 seconds. Tulloch comes off the front, of course, from the group behind. And now Vine is trying to pace at the same pace in front of that group as Vingegaard, who's attacking like full gas. It kind of looked like his Tirreno attack, actually. This reminded me of his San Giacomo attack in Tirreno 2024, which was not that steep, 12K 6%. There, Tulloch did a really, really good lead out, similar to what Jorgensen did. It kind of surprised everybody because it was, not that hard a climb, nor was this. Vine's doing his best trying to pace and keep the gap stable, but obviously he's not going to go as fast as Vingegaard, but he's going fast. He's dropping guys. Jorgensen sliding back. There's Bernal, Pidcock, Hindley is there. I think Lander's getting dropped. Koos and Tullett are on his wheel. But then is Ciccone going to relay? He didn't relay in Andorra. Almeida then has to do it himself. 10.5Ks to go, very gradual. Remember, the last 4Ks of this draft is huge. They go like 35Ks, 40Ks an hour. And unfortunately for Ciccone, he looks down, he gets dropped with about 10Ks to go. He'd get caught by Almeida, dropped by that group, and then he'd begin to lose big time in the podium battle. Because make no mistake, Almeida was very strong today. The problem is he just cannot accelerate like Vingegaard. You saw this on Koi. in the Giro 23 when Kuss did the lead out for Roglic, and he gets it to 7 seconds. So he's held it stable, but then when he looks behind, that's always a bad sign. I mean, he's dropped half of the GC top 10 group out of his wheel on 5%, 6%. He's obviously in very good shape, but then it goes to 12 seconds. He drops Felix Gall out of the wheel whilst being in draft, never taking a pull. And I think Almeida was trying to like surge across the gap. He's like, now or never. If I don't close it now and the last 2Ks before it levels off, I'm never going to close it. But then you see him having a drink, and the gap actually, when he looks back and gets Pidcock to relay, now the gap it does actually double. Tollett and Kuss trying to bring Torsten Trein back to the group of Ciccone and co. But with 7Ks to go, with Pidcock pulling, and yeah, he can't really pull as fast as Almeida wants him to pull. It's not looking good for that group. For Ciccone, Hindley in that group, Jorgensen's doing a fantastic job demoralizing everybody. They would lose on this climb. I couldn't believe the gaps in the end. You'll see the gaps on a 13K, 5% average climb. The gaps are crazy, kind of what you'd almost expect from Anglerud. But Vingegaard tucks down. You see his position on the bike change. 2Ks to go. It's 35 kph territory on this 2% false flat drag. It's a disadvantage, though, to not have a guy helping you, but Pidcock, he tried to help. I mean, he's not bluffing. Almeida can't see him behind here. It's 1.7Ks to go. Like, Pidcock was nearly getting dropped out of the wheel. He tried to pull with Almeida, but Almeida was just pulling way too strong. The gap peaked at 34 seconds. It does come down in the end, but Jonas Vingegaard takes his second stage win of the first week. A surprising one. He surprised the audience, and he definitely surprised Almeida with that lead out with 11Ks to go. Pidcock second, Almeida third. Goal on a minute, and the group behind with Soler leading it in on 1 minute 46. Huge gaps between Vingegaard and the rest. I think this will change stage 10 because it's a similar finish. I doubt Little Trek will be so keen to chase after this. Here's what Vingegaard had to say after the stage.
I felt super great today. And then, on the last climb, I also felt really good. And then I said to my team that if they could speed up, and they did. And then I tried, and they did super well. So that was amazing teamwork, and super happy that I could finish it off, and I couldn't do it without them. Maybe I didn't do my homework good enough because I thought it was closer to the finish when I attacked. And I was a bit surprised when I saw the 10-kilometer banner, and but at that moment I had the gap and I had to keep going on it.
In terms of GC, obviously big changes. Torsten Trein, though, he does keep the red jersey, which he'll be happy about. Vingegaard on 37 seconds. He's now about 40 seconds ahead of Almeida. Pidcock on 135. He's looking good for the podium if he can keep this up, and that'd be a huge result for him in Q365. Ciccone loses a lot of time. We've got the rest day tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you then. Ciao, ciao, ciao.